Hi everyone, so this video will be my inventory check-in for my Phals, and I'm going to start with my Paraphalaenopsis. So this one is Paraphalaenopsis serpentingula, and I got it this year at our show, and when I received it, it was in relatively good condition, but now you can see that the leaves are quite wrinkled and dehydrated. It seems to have one live root, so I've tried to kind of just put the rock wool around it just so it can get more moisture, and I've also covered it with a plastic bag just to keep the humidity in, so hopefully that will save this. And these are my Paraphalaenopsis seedlings that I grew from flask. So this one looks the best. It's definitely the biggest and it's doing really well. This one is doing the second best. You can see it's pushing out a new root, but what I find interesting is this one is pushing out a lot of laycockii. Not really sure why, and it's also pushing out some new leaves in the middle there. And this one is on the kulog. It has a larger keiki, but it hasn't done as well as the other two that are in pots. And you can see this one has a bit of an infection, so I don't think it's spreading too much, but I'm thinking about taking this off the kulog just so it can probably do better. I think the kulog is supposed to give it enough moisture throughout the week, but I think it just dries up too quickly. So that's why I want to see if it'll do better off the log, but it might be, we'll see. Well, I'm gonna see how easy it is to take it off, and then if it's relatively easy, I'll try that. And this is my Phal javanica. I recently repotted it because the old media had so much moss in it, like live moss, that I was worried about it impacting the oxygen to the roots. So I decided to just change out the media. And it has two keikis, and you can see on these two leaves, they don't look super great. Well, I think it's definitely a fungal issue, and because I've changed out the media, I don't think the roots like that. So it's a little, you can see it's a little dehydrated. So I'm just kind of waiting on seeing how this goes. I'm tempted to just chuck it because I really don't want to deal with this issue. I've had a fungal issue with a lot of my plants recently, or fairly recently, but I want to see if these keikis will grow roots. And if they grow roots, then I'm just gonna pluck them off and grow them separately and then just chuck them mother plant. But for now, I'm still hanging on to it. And this is my Phal subparishii. I recently moved it into this tent area, and so far it seems to be really liking it, so that's really good. And you can see it's pushing out a new root tip and what I think might be a flower spike. Yeah, I think that's a flower spike, but we'll see. And then on the other side, it's pushing out not sure yet. And this is my Phal fimbriata, and this is probably my best performing Phal that I have. It doesn't seem to collect any infections, and it grows well. Even when I went on holiday, it survived. It's pushing out this new leaf, and it seems to consistently bloom for me, which is great. Although it doesn't really do like large clusters, I kind of just get them one at a time. What I'm planning with this is to change it to a pot instead of a basket, just because it tends to dry out during the week, so I think that will help a little bit. And perhaps I can get, well, first of all, I have the mold coat fertilizer, so it'll be easier to use that in a pot, and if I can keep it more moist during the week, then perhaps the blooms will be better. And this is Phal Sogo Perfume, and I got this as a gift for volunteering at our last show. When I received it, it was in good condition, so this is after I repotted it. It's still alive somewhat, but it hasn't pushed out any roots yet, so we'll see. For now, I'm just going to keep it. And this is my Phal amboinensis, and I think it bloomed for me the first time earlier this year. Again, fungal problems. I'm going to see if I can cut this off and see how it will do. Again, like my fimbriata, I'm going to repot this into a proper pot and see how it does. If there's no improvement, I'm just going to chuck it because this plant is not that rare. I feel like I can get another one pretty easily. And this is my Phal NOID, and this leaf looks pretty bad, but this new one is pretty good, so I'm definitely keeping it. And it was a gift, so I really don't want to get rid of it. And I have it potted in a rock wool. I'm actually not a huge fan of the way it's been potted, but this is it was the best I could do at the time. The roots are really unruly, so kind of needs a big pot to fill the roots. But again, the plant itself is not very big, so I mean, it seems to be working for now. And this is my Phal difformis, a fantastic plant. Definitely a keeper. Blooms for me regularly. I have this at the window, but it's on the right side where the sun is not so bright. This leaf isn't doing super great, but I did kind of rearrange the plant inside the pot just so all the roots would go in. But yeah, it's a very good plant. I definitely recommend this one if you want something kind of exotic and unique. And this one is Phal Yungho Gelb Canary. It wasn't doing very great for me. Oh, I know what happened. I think I had a sunburn and then the leaf fell off. But it's pushing up this new leaf, which is great. I also have this at the window beside my difformis, and I'm gonna keep this for now. Alrighty, so those are my Phals. Went a lot quicker than I was expecting, but I guess that's good for me. Anyway, enjoy this not yet completely open fimbriata flower, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!